I can honestly say I wasn't especially looking forward to this film. I wasn't exactly dreading it, just not really. But I didn't really have any high hopes for it because Jurassic Park is one of those franchises that really did not need any sequels. The first film was so good, it was so spectacular, it was so revolutionary for its time that it was very much like a self-fulfilling film. You didn't really need any sequels. And the problem about doing sequels for something like Jurassic Park is that the first film just completely blew our minds with the special effects. The dinosaurs looked so real, and it was the first time it was ever done, at least I'm pretty sure it was anyway, that it just completely amazed us. But the problem about doing sequels is that, okay, well, you've given us the wow factor in the first film, how do you replicate it? And the truth is, you can't really, because you've basically amazed us with these incredible special effects that weren't really around too much at the time. Is that as the years go by and special effects become more and more commonplace and pretty standard, is that it kind of loses its wow. You know, it's sort of this amazing bedazzlement. The ability to do that kind of just wanes as the years go by, because when you see films coming out these days when they've got special effects up to their eyeballs, they just don't really wow us and amaze us as much as they used to. But let me just say that this film, Jurassic World, had great special effects. It didn't wow me, it didn't amaze me, but I have to say I did like them. They were great, they were well done, everything was where it should be. Especially that whole sequence when you got those two kids inside that glass sphere when they're in that field and they've got dinosaurs all around them. That was really good. That was really, really well done. I especially like that. And I like the look of the park itself, of the whole Jurassic World attraction. You know, I liked that, you know, it looked like a legitimate park. And I did like the links to the original film. There's a guy who's wearing a Jurassic Park t-shirt and it's all make reference that people died in the first film. I don't know if they're counting 2 and 3 as canon or not. I'm not sure if they established that or not. I don't know. Because one thing that was kind of bugging me just a little bit, in Jurassic Park 2 you had a T-Rex rampaging through a city, and he definitely killed at least one guy. And wasn't there like a family that was brutally killed in the third one, and that's why oh, what's his name? Oh, I can't remember. Sam, I think his name, went back to try and rescue this couple's son. It's been a long time since I've seen Jurassic Park 3. But needless to say, there's been, assuming they're counting all the films as canon, there's been 3 occasions where people have died horribly to these dinosaurs, and yet they're still pushing on opening the theme park. It's like, wow, InGen must have fantastic lawyers. But let's talk about the film itself. Like I said, the special effects are really well done, and the acting is great. Chris Pratt definitely shines in this film. He plays basically a different character to Star-Lord. He's definitely more serious in this. He's got some humorous moments, but he's essentially a serious character. And some of the other characters, they're a little bit standard, quite frankly. You've got the sleazy businessman who really just wants to use the dinosaurs for ill purposes. You've got the geeky tech people. You've got, oh, who else you got? You've got the stuck-up rich corporate people who are definitely just basically borderline incompetent. And that was a bit of a low point though, because some of the characters were a bit too cut and paste, if you know what I mean. They were a bit too predictable. But this film does have some great scenes. There's a point where this guy falls into a pen full of raptors, and Chris Pratt jumps in and saves this guy, but he's got like this special bond with raptors, because he's almost sort of cared for these raptors when they were born. So he's got he's imprinted himself onto them, and they, for the most part, follow his lead. And as you've seen in the trailer, you've seen that that scene where he's on a motorbike for the woods and the raptors sort of follow alongside him. That was a really, really good scene. Spectacular scene, I definitely enjoyed that. They do have the old John Williams music, I was really pleased about that. That was definitely missed, you could say. So for the film overall, it's a good sequel to the first film. 2 and 3 weren't the best, but things I actually like The Lost World. I have to say, I know The Lost World isn't universally liked, but I kind of like The Lost World. I mean, I didn't mind it. But I do agree that Jurassic World is the true sequel to Jurassic Park. So if you're a fan of Jurassic Park, you've already seen this. But if you haven't seen this yet, and you're thinking about waiting for the DVD, don't wait for the DVD. Jurassic World is one of those films where you need to see it on the big screen. You know, you just need to see the magic up close. It's definitely worth the experience. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.